And welcome back to Talking Franchise. It's your host, Angel Bonilla. And
allow me to introduce myself. My name's John Danger Wong.
oh,
So what are we doing today, Angel?
yeah, we are on Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
Love this franchise.
So, before we go any further, check out our other podcasts. Make sure to tune in to Talking Franchise. Every week we're going to come out with a new episode, new franchise. We're also doing Talking Spoilers, Talking Netflix soon enough because the Defenders are coming up. And we're going to be watching that. That's this Friday, right?
Whoa. Yes.
Whoa. So be sure to tune into Talking Franchise. You can look it up on SoundCloud or on iTunes. Just type in Talking Franchise.
Or YouTube.
Or YouTube, exactly. Whichever one, whichever platform.
We're everywhere. We're expanding.
We're expanding. Listen to us in the shower, while you're eating at picnics, while you're making love to you.
Exactly. That's what I do. And I listen to myself.
I listen to myself talk. I do that all the time. I watch my videos while I'm hitting it from the back. Yeah. All right.
But anyways,
okay. What's the synopsis of this movie? A world class, he's like a player type playboy, famous dude, which is pretty ironic. Famous, super secret agent, special agent.
Sounds like
Austin Powers is. He's put into cryogenic free, stasis, because his arch nemesis, Dr. Evil, froze himself in order for him to wake up at a later point in time to wreak havoc on the world. And Austin Powers decided to put himself under ice, wake up in the 1990s, and assimilate to life.
This plot is also a little bit similar to a movie that we need to talk about as well one day down the road. Demolition Man. Wesley Snipes, frozen in the future. They need to wake up a frozen Sylvester Stallone. I feel like they sort of took a little bit from Demolition Man.
A little bit of it, yeah.
Well, I mean, Austin Powers. Everyone's seen it. This was originally when it came out wasn't a big hit.
Yeah.
70% positive, but 17 million budget. Made 53 over here in the U.S. Not bad, but no one would have predicted the fucking as big as it would become.
All right.
Because I mean, I think honestly, with the help of VHS, this became like a cult classic. This moved it past cult classic. It's got such a big following.
International Man of Mystery.
I mean, eventually, when they do come out with the sequel, this made 50 mil over here. The second one. $200 million.
Definitely became
$150 million. Yeah. This is huge. And so not a lot of people seen it in theaters, but this movie is a classic. It's great. This is great comedy. I watched this the other day, made in 1997.
Yes.
It still stands up to the jokes, still all land. I feel like there's a joke. There's a few jokes. Every per 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The jokes are landing too. There's not a lot of misses. I feel like you're laughing or chuckling.
No, I did laugh out loud. I chuckled. I just laughed out loud.
It's still great, but
let's go into the cast. Yeah. Who do we have? We have Mike Myers, who is playing the protagonist and antagonist of the film. Yes. Austin Powers and Dr. Evil. We also have Elizabeth Hurley playing Vanessa Kensington, is it? Yeah, Vanessa Kensington, who is the love interest for Austin Powers, and also his partner.
She doesn't have a whole lot to do in this movie, but she's super hot.
Yes.
Elizabeth Hurley still. This is one of her bigger movies she did. She's really hot.
Basil Exposition, is it?
Yeah.
It's played by Michael York, which is funny because you see when he doesn't get cryogenically frozen, but somehow he stays looking the same age 30 years later. And then you got Seth Green, who's playing Scott Evil, Dr. Evil's son. It's artificially made son. Robert Wagner,
plays number two.
Number two. Who does number two work for? You have Mindy Sterling playing Frau. Frau Farbissina. Frau Farbissina. Got Will Ferrell playing Mustafa, little cameo. And that's about like the main focal cast, the main cast.
Mike Myers is great in this, and he plays a great protagonist, and the antagonist too has a lot of good moments too. He does. Mike Myers definitely does a great job with this movie. Yeah. I would say this is Mike Myers' biggest movie that he's known for, outside of Shrek. Like this is his thing.
It's like
and Wayne's World. I mean, I think Wayne's World definitely had like an effect on this film too, because there's like specific dialogue taken from Wayne's World 2 that's put into this one. I can't remember the specific dialogue, but there's a lot of callbacks. Even later on in the series, there's callbacks to Wayne's World. And Mike Myers is a great character actor. He was always funny on Saturday Night Live.
So let's break into this. We introduced the cast. What about some trivia? I heard you saying the other day, was it Jim Carrey was considered for Dr. Evil?
Yeah, Mike Myers ends up playing Dr. Evil in this movie, but originally he wrote the part for Jim Carrey, and he turned it down to make the movie Liar Liar. And Mike...
It's pretty good. Liar Liar is a good movie. But
this movie doesn't need Jim Carrey. Again, Mike Myers did a great job anyways. This is Mike Myers' role. But if Jim Carrey had played this role, I feel like this would have been like... I probably would have made more money at the box office, and probably would have been a bigger movie.
Definitely, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey would have. I think he would have owned the role too. He would have put his imprint on the character and his quirkiness and craziness. That
you definitely could see it. Not like with hindsight, now you see it. He definitely, that part was written for Jim Carrey. We also have the shushing scene when he's like, "Shh."
Yeah,
I had a whole bag of shh with your name on it.
Yeah,
it's improvised. Yeah,
the whole thing. Mike Myers wrote the script. He's on record saying 30 to 40% of this movie was all just improvised. They just let the cameras roll and just did just riffed on shit.
Yeah,
but I would say this movie works. This is a great parody. It's over the top, but the story, there's a story to it. I can't stand parodies that are, it's just like random sketches that try to string together a movie. If you watch I think the parody films have been run into the ground. You had the Date Night movie. Those fucking directors ruined that. They did like 6 movies in a row every single year. He called it parodies. And they're not. You can't just say, hey, look at this celebrity, or we make references. I'm saying this movie works because I'm saying a kid today who's never seen Austin Powers, you can watch this movie and you can laugh because the jokes aren't dated. It's not specific. This is a timeless movie. Yeah. Even though it's a character from a specific timeline. It's a fish out of water story. This is a timeless story that you can tell. And it just works. It's a great homage to the James Bond films, especially the early ones.
It makes fun of I'm just seeing it. It does parody the James Bond movies, but it also says that it was purposely parodying the Demolition Man in the sense that And
it parodies all early. Not that we watched them, but it parodies early British films. This is what they grew up on because Mike Myers' father was Scottish and stuff, so he grew up on this stuff. But
another tidbit of trivia. Oh, we forgot to mention Tom Arnold with the cast. He's a brief cameo, but Tom Arnold, he's always great.
What did you eat, boy?
What did you? For those who don't know, trivia, shag, which is used in the film a lot, means let's have sex. Just in case if you guys didn't know that.
Shag now or shag later. Well, this definitely makes fun of James Bond movies. He's always getting the girl. The double entendres in this movie.
Yes, they go definitely.
They're ridiculous. You have a character, a lot of vagina. Come again.
A lot of vagina with an F. Spelled with an F.
Vagina. She's fucking hot too. Oh my god.
Yeah, she is. I remember. Woo. And all right, let's break it down. I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite parts of the whole entire film is the first scene where they have the meeting. You know, where they have the meeting.
Yeah.
Where he's looking at all his buttons, and he has his first meeting coming back from cryogenic stasis.
He wants the world domination.
Yeah, and he's sitting on that whole scene, that whole meeting where he starts off and he's like Mustafa.
Yeah,
it's like he got mad because he what you call it, during the cryogenic freezing, Mr. Bigglesworth, his hair, his whole fur fell off. So he was like, I couldn't understand the complications of
for a feline.
Feline. And then he presses the button, and he puts him into a pit of fire underneath the meeting room.
They give Dr. Evil overarching stereotypes. He's supposed to be super evil, but he's also fucking stupid in this movie because he's been frozen for so long. I like this scene where he's coming up with this plan. He gives them different scenarios what they're going to do. That's already been done. Or he's like, yes, we're gonna hold ransom for $1 million.
He's like, that's not that much money. They said
we make billions now.
Viacorp makes at least $9 billion a year. And before that, but that same scene is interconnected with when Wolfire presses the button, Wolfire falls into the fire, and he's like, oh, badly hurt. And then the guy shoots him. He's like, you shot me. They play a homage to that joke in the second part, which is even greater. But it continues that whole scene. He makes up scenarios of what they could do, and then he just decides, it does the hell with it. We'll get some nukes. We'll hijack some nukes and hold the world for ransom like we always do. And then Prowl introduces Scott Evil, which is how he's like
doing the
Macarena. That's hilarious. That's one of my favorite scenes. You know, which is another one. Going to the one you were saying when he punches Basil's mom right in the face.
There's ongoing gags in this movie. Again, like every little scene that they do, there's always something funny in it. But yeah, it shows he's the swab guy in the fucking 1960s, and there's a waitress that comes up to him. You want a drink? And he's like, no, and just punches her in the face. And he's like, why would you hit that woman? He's like, it's not a woman, it's a man, baby. Reveals the wig, and then it just shows like how in the 90s though he's not smooth anymore. Even though he's doing the same things, it doesn't work. He fucking just hits the guy's mother. Why won't this wig come off?
She does look manly.
But yeah, there's callbacks throughout this whole movie, different gags. Oh, one of my favorite. I like how stupid Austin also is. They make the protagonist and antagonist look stupid when they go play blackjack.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's a funny part.
He has a 5. And he's going to stay. There is no scenario where the dealer is not going to win. Yeah. You're going to beat a 5. You can't bust. You're not going to bust with just flipping 2 cards or 3 cards. He was going to lose no matter what. But he liked to live dangerously. So stupid.
There's nothing. What about dislikes of the movie? I like trying to focus on stuff that I really didn't, because the cheesiness is what makes the movie so hilarious. You know what I mean? So funny. Yeah. It makes it what it is, and the cheesiness of Dr. Evil and how evil he is, and all the stuff he does, and his ineptness to be. He's very incompetent at being evil, because even reflects when
he's trying to.
Scott Evil is like, he said, "Why don't I just go get my gun right now and we can shoot him?" Ow,
he's like, "No, I want to put him in an overly complicated scenario where he's easily going to escape."
Yeah,
and he wants the sharks with freaking laser beams, but sharks are. It wasn't that species going extinct or whatever.
They were saying that
type of shark. So they got sea bass, mutated sea bass.
They were like piranhas.
You know, It's hilarious. The whole movie.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good movie. So, like, what's the rating? What would you give it?
No, this is an all-time classic. I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's funny.
Yeah, I'll agree with you, a 9.
This is also directed by Jay Roach. This launched his career. He went on to go do the Meet the Parents series, which Meet the Parents is another hilarious movie. But again, no, throughout this whole thing, I love this movie.
Me too.
I've seen it hundreds of times as a kid. I remember having it on VHS probably when I was like 10 years old. Probably shouldn't be watching it when you're 10, but...
Dr. Evil is definitely up there with greatest villains of all time.
Greatest villains of all time.
Yeah, it's hilarious. You can't help but... You like Dr. Evil for some reason. Even like a... So... What's the, you know, I get the main message from these movies, because I always say movies have like metaphors or whatever. The main message is that even if you're out of your environment, out of your time, like, so that's what it is, out of your time, out of your comfort zone, out of your environment, you still become a hero and save the day. Still to be all that you can be. You can be Randy, baby.
I'd say a couple of gags that I like is fucking the penis pump gag.
The penis pump gag.
Where he's trying to deny that it's not his, and then the guy just keeps it. He's just like, you even wrote this book.
Yeah.
It is my bag, baby.
It is my bag, baby.
It's pretty funny, all the different scenarios when they're nude and the different angles to have them walk it out.
It's kind of cheesy, but still good.
Yeah, it's funny.
So would you recommend this for people? Definitely, right? Definitely. If you have not seen Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, go check that out. Which I'm
pretty sure you've seen it.
That's people that probably haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure I've asked like a couple of people, and I was like, "What? You haven't seen Austin Powers? Or have you been living it?" That's like part of pop culture. That's like freaking.
No, like I said,
shit.
Yeah, no one would have ever seen or Austin Powers. It peaked. I think it. The second one I like too. We'll get to that in the next episode. I do like the second one, but I feel like towards the third one, the series kind of got stale because it kind of ran out of jokes. There wasn't a whole lot to go, but it got so big and so many. There's so many quotables in this movie. Everyone's probably, and it got to the point where it's so overquoted where you kind of got sick of it. I mean, how many times someone's like, "Yeah, baby," or,
baby.
So like Austin Powers is well known, and nobody could foresee how big it was going to get. But yeah, I'm not going to hold that again. Oh, it got too popular. I'm not going to hold it against the movie. Like I said, there's nothing that I would change about this. For me, yeah, I was thinking this is an all-time classic. This is a great comedy. For me, it's a 9 out of 10.
So what's the message? What did you learn from Austin Powers? How to be a Randy, baby.
I wish I was in the swinging 60s, man.
Right,
just have unprotected sex and not war.
So people are still having promiscuous sex. Like, it was like hilarious. That's my bag, baby. So, once again, check out the other Talking Franchise episodes. We've done X-Men, the X-Men series, the X-Men franchise. We also did the Fast Chives, which is the Fast and the Furious franchise.
And we went to White Castle, Guantanamo Bay, Christmas. But we're going to have more episodes
Harold
soon.
And Kumar.
And every week we do, I'm in the theater a lot.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Peace out. Until the next time on Talking Franchise. Yeah, baby, yeah. And 19 minutes. Pretty.